Hello and welcome to yet another exciting episode of Happy Soul. And this time we are discussing the intriguing and fascinating and very, I must say, bling bling world of crystals and crystal healing. Now, crystals and healing stones have been on this planet for centuries. However, the earliest recorded use of healing stones and crystals dates back to the 4th millennium BC with the ancient Sumerians and what were considered their magic potions. Now, apart from, of course, bringing in good health and good fortune, these stones were also used to assist in sacred ceremonies, to ward off negativity and evil, and also to strengthen your aura. Crystals are generally worn on the neck, like as an pendant, or perhaps on your wrist, sometimes as a lucky charm. Crystals essentially act as these conduits. They allow this amazing positive energy to flow in and all the negative energy to flow out. Human beings essentially are electromagnetic beings, and we are constantly emitting what are called biophotons. And biophotons, from its Greek origin, literally means life light. Amongst the various properties of crystals are the fact that they have piezo-magnetic as well as pyroelectric qualities, and these basically interact with our own emissions, our electricity and our magnetism. Now, the Egyptian civilizations, the Roman civilizations, the ancient Greek civilizations, Mayans, Aztecs, Incas, all of them have used crystals for healing. The interesting part for me is that most of these cultures did not have any way to interact with each other or have crossovers, and yet they have similarly used the same crystals for the same purposes. For example, jade is used for healing kidneys and jasper for strength and calm. And to give us incredible insights on this incredible world of crystal healing, we have with us on this episode Richa Chudasama, who shares with us not just her journey with crystals, but also the incredible magic potions that she makes.
Crystals are used for loads and loads of things. They have many properties for which they can work. But what I would love the world to know is that crystals can also do a lot of healing. They have negativity absorbing properties. They emit a lot of positive energy. They have colors which they emit. So physically, the crystals have a lot of chemical components in it, mineral components in it, which even keeping near us have that kind of effect, and I would say they energize those particular components in our auric space and the body, the particular vibrations. For example, lithium quartz is something that has some amount of lithium in it. So it's not advisable that one probably consumes it or something, but keeping it around will help balance the lithium component in the brain. Visit mountains which have a lot of crystals. If you visit crystal mountains, maybe an amethyst or a jade mountain, it is very soothing. They really calm the nerves, they soothe the nerves, and hence release a lot of stress from the body. So physically they help us bring our body back to balance. So different crystals will help balance different elements of the body. Like green is very soothing, red, if you see, is more activating, grounding, nurturing. Orange is again a bit more strong, so people who feel lack of energy can help with orange crystals, for example. If you have a lot of stress, you can use blue or purple. Even just looking at them or touching them gives you a lot of de-stressing. We've seen wearing headbands of crystals for maybe even just 10 minutes a day is so relaxing and so rejuvenating to the brain and the entire body. Crystal essences are crystal water, rather I'd say, when crystals can be either worn or kept in the house or the environment where you want them to affect you and build that positive energy. They can also be put in water, some of them, not all of them, but most of them can be put in water and put in sunlight. That way you energize the water with the vibrations of the crystals, and when you drink that, it goes in the system. It kind of merges with all of that, spreads into the organs, bloodstream, and the effect that you have with your physical and energetic system is way more than maybe just keeping one around you. The commonly found ones are rose quartz, which is a pink crystal, and when you look at it, you feel really love and compassion. And that's exactly what it brings to you. It brings you love, compassion, especially for people who've gone through lots in their life. So if you use it, or even if you just hold it or look at it, you will feel a lot of emotional comfort. It helps open the heart, it helps open one to give and receive love more easily in their life and let go of all the past hurt that one keeps holding on to. If you look at a lapis lazuli, it is a blue crystal that is very commonly used in Egypt especially. They put it outside the temples and the house. It is a symbol of protection. It has vibrations and colors which help only the positive remain. And if you look at it, you feel really calm. It emits so much of calmness, so much of tolerance, and it's just very soothing. Another commonly found crystal is amethyst. Amethyst is a purple crystal. Kids who are hyperactive or who have learning disabilities or who in general are maybe say rebellious or get angry very fast. Amethyst is a heal-all stone, so anyone can use amethyst any age, but especially kids are really benefited with it. It's also very spiritual, so people who want to balance their spiritual, material life or even balance mood swings, balance of any kind, you can just use an amethyst. Healers who use crystals to heal basically use different kinds of crystals to first clean the negative energy. Then we use crystals based on chakras to keep them on the chakras to activate and energize those particular lacking areas. Or depending on what one wants, we energize the aura accordingly after it's cleansed. Then there's shielding that happens after it. So we use different crystal wands, different crystal shapes, pyramids, etc. and even cabochons to keep on the body in the auric space, leave it there for some time, allow the crystal to do its healing, because I believe each crystal has its own intelligence. They're highly spiritual and grounding. They have their own mind of doing what's required. So it's best to sometimes just leave the person with the crystals. I generally mix my crystals into the oils, the aroma and the essential oils, because oils again have mood lifting abilities. And when I mix crystals in it, I've observed the whole power, the intensity and the potency of healing just kind of goes The hot sellers are road opener, which are to remove blockages, which pull out a lot of negativity, and it has crystal essences and aroma oils which basically activate the environment. And you use it with an intention as to what do you want to heal and remove from your life, and it starts to open up the pathways that are blocked, be it work-wise, marriage-wise. Then apart from that, there is go away evil, which is to clear any kind of negative energy. So it has aroma oils, essential oils, and it has crystal essences which work on clearing any kind of negative energy, be it ill wishes of others, be it external negative influences or different energetic fields. It kind of clears all of that off and helps you maintain a nice positive boundary. Then there is something called the love oil, which is used for homes especially, where a lot of fights happening. It also releases blocks to getting love in your life or being more lovable, and at the same time it helps one's aura be filled with loving energies, so that you attract love, you give love, there are less fights, there's more harmony at home. Money triangles is another hot selling essence, because it has it's charged with crystals and it has essential oils which help when you really need that quick money, when everything's blocked and you really need that boost of luck. That's what it brings, because it has a blend which works on the same, and it has crystals like tiger's eye, there's pyrite, there's citrine, which are all like money magnets and success magnets. So it helps activate those vibrations in your space and in your aura. If you're using it in the office, then in the office, and helps generate more sales, income, or whatever is the block, it helps to release that.
When it comes to the world of alternative therapies, I certainly think that crystal healing tops the list. If you think about it, crystals affect so much within us and around us, whether it is our home, our environment, whether it is our subtle energy bodies, our chakra systems, promoting health and well-being and positivity in our lives. Now, I am very fascinated about crystals, and my journey hasn't ended here, because I intend to visit a crystal shop and go into the depths and details of every stone and what they do, and I will bring that to you in yet another episode. However, in the meantime, if you would like to contact Richa and know more about crystals and her magic potions, you can log on to www.happysoul.in, where you will find her listed under our services section. Stay tuned for more exciting stuff coming up on Happy Soul, and please like, share and subscribe this channel, and especially this episode. Let's spread knowledge, let's spread health, positivity and well-being.